that line when I heard that. I was like, oh my God.
We are ranking our top 10 vault tracks, and we're only doing the tracks that have From the Vault in parentheses next to them. If it doesn't have that like on Spotify, then it is not part of this ranking.
Yes.
All right. You want to go first, number 10?
Yes. But first I want to say, let us know what your top 3 vault tracks are in the comments.
Yes.
Okay, so number 10, and I don't know if this is actually number 10. I feel like it could be like the last 3 could be potentially rearranged. Is Nothing New.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, at least it made the list.
This was way harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, Nothing New.
Nothing new? All right. My number 10 is Slut.
Okay.
That one really grew on me. I didn't like it at first. And then I feel like I just kept hearing lots of sounds for that on TikTok, and I would get stuck in my head. And I'm like, okay, this is a really good song.
Yeah, it is really good. It's not, Slut was so different than we thought it was going to be. Or at least,
my gosh, it was so different than we thought it was going to be.
But still, just such.
But kind of not, because, it's just the sound was different, I think, than we thought it was going to be. Because she was still saying the same message about how, like, she was going to be perceived as a slut. And he wasn't, so. But we definitely thought it was going to be more, I don't know, maybe reputation coded.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so number 9, this might become a surprise, because I don't feel like you would think I would put this on here, but That's When with Keith Urban. I love that song. It is so good. It gets stuck in my head all the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wouldn't have put that for you.
It's my only Fearless one on here, but yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's a really good one. It's my favorite one, I would say, off all the Fearless.
I really think ours are going to be different. I think this is going to be
interesting.
Yeah. All right. My number 9 is When Emma Falls in Love.
I knew it would be on your list somewhere. I thought it would be, wow, no, there's another one I think it's going to be lower, but
yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that one gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So.
Do you believe it's about Emma Stone?
I do.
I do too. I can see it. Like, I could see all the things she's talking about of being like, that Emma. She seems just like a great person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think you're doing number 8, right? Because you finished.
Okay, number 8. I don't think this is going to be on your list at all.
Okay. Let me see what it is. Okay.
Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Nope. Nope. Already hit my Fearless quota.
Yeah, that is... I think that might be my only Fearless one. But... I don't know. I love that one so much, and it pairs well with Forever and Always. Like, I mean, which you love.
Yes.
But yeah, that just, I feel like that song, if that would have come out when I was like in college and stuff, I would have been all over that song.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I am still, because I feel like I would have loved it, so I still do love it now. But back then, that would have been a favorite of all time, probably.
Yeah. Okay. My number 8 is The Very First Night from Red. This one
I love that song.
Such a bop.
Yeah.
So much fun to sing. I really love that song. I feel like Red is like the epitome of vault track songs.
Oh, it is.
I have 4 on this list.
Yeah, I think I have 4 as well. And I actually... I had that on my list, and I think mine was number 8. And I took it off when I realized I forgot a vault track.
Yeah.
And then had to rearrange them all. And I don't know how, somehow I took that one off. But that's an honorable mention for me, because I love that song. So I'm saying number 7?
No, I am, since I just finished.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So number 7.
Yeah. Number 7 for me is I Can See You.
Okay.
That one's such a great one too to sing along with. The music video is fun that went with it.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite one off of the Speak Now vault tracks.
Okay. And it's just, that one gets stuck in your head too, for sure. That is so catchy. My number 7 is Timeless.
Okay, I definitely thought that one was going to be lower.
No, I don't know. The other ones I just love so much more. But I mean, Timeless is so special to me because it makes me think of my husband, because I feel like in another life we would always find each other, kind of thing. I just love the sweet sentiment of Timeless, and it makes me cry. Like, just happy tears. Like, just makes me think of my husband, and it's just so sweet. I love it. Number 6. Is it over now?
Oh, okay. It made the list.
It made the list. I mean, the 1989 Falls tracks are just, they're amazing. But somehow I put way more of the red vault tracks on here, which surprised me.
Mm-hmm. All right, my number 6 is another red. It's Message in a Bottle. That one, so good. I think she said it was the first one she did with Max Martin, which she did like A New Year with Trouble, and a couple of other ones that like the bangers that went out. I think We're Never Getting Back Together. Like, he was who she first worked with when she was dabbling into pop. Okay. And that one is another really fun song to sing and get stuck in your head. Gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. I love that song so much.
Yeah. Okay, so me. Number 5. Now That We Don't Talk. I wish it was longer. It's only like 2 minutes and like 30 seconds. Whenever it gets to the end, I'm like, it's not enough. I need more. It's so good.
Start it over.
I get that song stuck in my head too. Like, all of these are on here because they get stuck in my head. And just another fun one to sing to.
All right. My number 5 is Message in a Bottle. I love that song so much. It gets me like hype. Like, I just want to like, I don't know. I feel like it's a song you want like play at like a sleepover with your girlfriends and just like run around and like dance and be goofy. Like, it just makes me, it's just a bubbly song.
It is. Or like that feeling like at the beginning of a relationship where it's like exciting and fun and like makes you feel like giddy.
Yeah, definitely. Giddy is the perfect word.
Yeah. All right, your number 4.
My number 4 is Say Don't Go.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, that song, that's like a track 5 song. Like, it's not, but it feels like a track 5 song. And it's just, it hits so hard. Like, why'd you have to lead me on? Like, all this, I just feel so bad.
Honestly, All You Do Is Stay is track 5, so like I feel like they're like similar songs. Like, she could have swapped those, and then that might have been higher on your track.
Yes, it would have.
Because I'm assuming she had to make choices of which ones were going on there. So she's like, all right, I have 2 of these that are kind of similar, like Say Don't Go and All You Do Is Stay. So like, which one do I want to put on here?
Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah,
like she's begging him like to tell her like, tell me not to leave. And then she's saying, all you had to do is stay. Like, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 4 is Nothing New. I love that song. I love the message behind that song. I love Phoebe Bridgers' voice on that song. I mean, it just really encapsulates what it is to be a woman. And, you know, nothing ever being good enough, or it's always like the next new shiny thing.
Yeah.
Like, Don't You Dare Get Old.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 is It Over Now? Oh gosh, that song. I'm a bridge girl, like, and Taylor just knows how to write a bridge. There's no one else like it. And that bridge alone, and like the dance moves that were out when like TikTok, when like the song was going viral, so much fun. And just, it told a whole different story. Being a 1989 girly, you know, it really, 1989 made it seem that like, you know, she wasn't like, it didn't work out. It was fun. Like, oh well, like, you know, wasn't anything that was super hard hitting. And then we got the vault tracks that really was, she was like, well, it wasn't all that I like let it on to be. Like,
I actually was really upset.
I was like really upset.
Yeah.
And, I was, you know, I was on a boat by myself. Like, and the world saw it too. It wasn't like she got to like be upset without anybody seeing her.
Right? Can you imagine? That sucks.
Yeah.
No, but totally agree with that. Like, because we did think 1989 was just kind of like a fun, like, album. She was a little sad, we thought.
Yeah. But Clean, I feel like, was the saddest we got on that one, where we were like, okay, like, she is like, I mean, she's comparing it to like a drug, so.
Yeah. But then she went so much deeper with those vault tracks. So, All right, so it's 3 for me.
Yeah. I think our next two are going to be exactly the same, depending on what you say now.
Okay, so this one is not going to be on your list at all.
Okay.
But my number 3 is I Bet You Think About Me.
Oh, I should have known that was going to go on. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have so much fun singing that song. And my husband loves that song.
Yeah. I like the end. It's just like, in your $1 billion couch.
Yes.
It's just like saying things about him.
Yes. And because I feel like I Bet You Think About Me is like an extension of All Too Well.
Yeah. And what's the other one where she talks about him? Almost Do?
Yeah.
It seems like it's also with that because she talks about like looking out in the city and he's sitting on this couch or something like that, and she like talks about. So I feel like that is similar.
And I Almost Do.
You're doing number 2. Our top 2 are the same. I would bet money on it.
Okay, I think you're right.
Like bet money. If you don't put whatever's left in number 1, I don't know if we could be friends anymore.
Yeah, I know. So my number 2 is You're Losing Me.
Me too. Yeah.
Which I almost didn't put on there because for some reason I wasn't thinking of that as a vault song.
Me neither until you texted me and I was like, oh, thank goodness you told me because this one's getting knocked off and this one's going in number 2.
Yes. That's what knocked off the first night.
Oh. I mean, one of them had to go.
Yeah.
We were only doing 10.
I was like, can't forget You're Losing Me. That song is devastating.
Devastating. I mean, another bridge that just punches you in the gut.
Yeah, for sure.
Pathological people pleaser. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That line, when I heard that, I was like, oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And not wanting to marry her and all of that, because I think we've talked about this before, but I think with this song, but she very much made it seem like she was okay with them not getting married, or in the Lavender Haze, that part of that song where she's talking about you're either a one-night stand or a wife, she was okay with being in the in-between. And I feel like that song really was well, I just was pretending because that was the girl that he wanted, and she was, didn't want to be the girl that's when are you going to propose to me, and yeah. Plus you want him to want to marry you. You shouldn't have to convince him that he wants to propose. He should want to.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think with You're Losing Me, it's such a good it is what's the word? Oh my God, I can't think of the word. Oh, You're Losing Me, I feel foreshadows Tortured Post Apartment so much.
Yeah.
Because with all of the talk about death and all of that in the Tortured Post Apartment, You're Losing Me, it's got the heartbeat and all of the references that make it sound like someone's almost bleeding out on a table kind of thing.
Yeah, because she says that how can you say you love someone you can't tell is dead?
Yeah. And very much just alludes to that.
Mm-hmm. So then, of course, our number 1 is going to be
All Too Well 10-minute version.
Okay, we can say friends.
Yeah.
I knew our last 2 were going to be the same. The minute you said You're Losing Me, because I knew All Too Well was going to be our number 1s. But then when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, those are going to be our top 2. They're going to be the same.
I mean, nothing else could be number 1.
No. One. You give us 5 more minutes and so much more detail into
so much more detail and context, and yeah.
I mean, and then we got the short film from it, and we've got the sad girl autumn vibe, which is really cool to listen to when you're in it's getting colder, and I can't wait for our cardigans to get in to wear that and listen to All Too Well.
Even though it's a different album, but
yeah, it is, but it's the
same vibes.
The vibes, yes. I mean, it's perfection. I don't know what to say. We took an already perfect song and just
made it somehow you took a gut-wrenching song that already everybody connected to and loved so much, and then added more verses in it and made it even hit even harder and even more gut-wrenching,
which is you'd think be impossible, but we should stop being surprised by now about what Taylor does.
Yeah,
and what she can do.
I know. The amount of times I've made my husband watch that short film, he's I know, I've seen it.
I know. I did the same thing, and I was like showing him references. I was like, here he is in with the scarf, and I was like showing him the real pictures, and I'm like, do you see how it's similar to what's going on there?
Yeah. And of course, I have the Fuck the Patriarchy keychain.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. In the Eras tour and being able to like shout that.
Yes,
with
that's
like
one of my favorite
70,000 other Swifties is just, it's like something
amazing.
cathartic about it. You know, it
Yeah.
just heals like that one broken part in you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's therapy. Like,
Yeah. Let us know your top 3 vault tracks.
Yes.